Hello everyone, I'm Gabriel and this is the Rise Atlantis show. Hallelujah. Today is a very strange thing that happened. It's a sign. I believe it's God telling us something. I don't know what it means. Something about Trump. Not saying that there may be something bad with Trump, but mainly saying maybe something big is going to happen under his presidency. And it could be war in North Korea, Iran, and Syria and terrorists, ISIS and all. Now, recent reports have come out today of that Trump was going to meet with Kim Jong Un, but Kim Jong Un used some very warlike words by saying about Trump. He said that if the Kim Jong Un said that of North Korea said that they will decide to call off the talks with Trump if their nuclear facilities will be shut down. Now it's weird because we're hearing Kim Jong Un saying that he's willing to halt his nuclear production. And why is he at the same time saying that, and at the same time he's a two-faced here? And he says one thing, but he's really doing the other. He's a hypocrite. So he says that he's willing to suspend his nuclear program, but at the same time he's saying that that they don't agree to the program being completely shut down, like for good. So they're basically telling Trump and the world that they're just going to suspend it just for a little bit. And they're only going to suspend certain parts, but they're going to keep... It's kind of like what we saw of Iran, the whole thing, when they said, oh, they're just making nuclear energy. They're not making nuclear bombs, nuclear energy, and they still don't want to stop with their nuclear reactors. And we all know they're making nuclear bombs, North Korea. And just like Iran said for so long that they're just making nuclear energy when, Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel showed so many decades of proof that they've been trying to create nuclear bombs. So we can't take them for their word. And if we try to send UN inspectors in, they push us out. It's the whole thing of the rehashed deja vu all over again. Time keeps repeating itself, just like with Saddam Hussein, when it was kicking out the UN inspectors. The only reason they kick out inspectors is because they're still making nuclear bombs. So there's no reason to kick out a UN inspector. So that's what North Korea is starting to do. So they're doing the same thing that Saddam Hussein did. So, I see it coming. War's coming. And Trump didn't start it. Kim Jong Un did. And before him, Kim Jong-il really started it. He's the one that was pounding his chest, for so long. And he's the one that really started it all since way back then, But it seems Kim Jong-un is like Kim Jong-il on steroids, So he started it, man. Just like when they made that movie, The Interview. Well, they made that movie, The Interview, where they go and take him out in self-defense. Is basically what it's becoming to. It's becoming self-defense now. In that movie, they made that movie as a result to the war chanting that Kim Jong-un was doing. So, before they made the movie, The Interview with Seth Rogen, Kim Jong-un was making so many death threats, not just under Trump, but under Obama also. So it's only fair that if we are threatened, we retaliate and fight back. You know, and I'm not calling for war, but if it comes down to it, you know, it just may need to happen. And it's crazy because Kim Jong Un is saying he's still willing to meet Trump. How is he willing to meet Trump when he's still saying he wants to keep the nuclear reactors going? He's just taking down a few. How is he willing to meet with Trump and talk when he's still trying to kick out UN inspectors? You know, so that he's a hypocrite at its worst. You know, you can't say, oh, you're willing to speak with Trump, and then at the same time try to kick out all the UN inspectors. You know, so it's just not right at all. You know, and it needs to be dealt with. You know, because he's a hypocrite. He's over here saying that he's willing to meet with Trump, but at the same time kicking out UN inspectors. You know, there's just no dealing with the devil. You can't make a deal with the devil. You know, so just covering that part real quick. The topic of the day is about, like what I was saying earlier, a lot of weird stuff happening with Trump. It was the 22nd that it happened. Today's already the 25th. Now, I took about like 2 days off. I rarely try to take days off, but I've been so busy and these side things happening. I had to clear up real quick. Had to organize some stuff real quick. And I hate it how it always takes a little bit longer than what I expect. So, it was 2 days. I really hate taking days off. And I believe it might have been 3. I think it was 2. But I really hate taking days off because I made a commitment, you know, a resolution for New Year's to try to hit at least every day of this year with videos, you know, and to really, you know, go big on YouTube this year, you know. I've already gotten 130,000 views, so I want to thank you all. That's over 65,000 video hours watched. Can you believe it? That's amazing, you know. This show's really creating revival. A lot of parts of the world are tuning in, you know, and that's great because that's the countries where they really need revival. So, you know, if you live other parts of the world, South America, Africa, the Middle East, Vietnam, Russia, Ukraine, wherever it be, I want you all to know that, you know, I'm here with y'all because I know the poverty is bad there because of the corruption that has existed for so long, you know, and you know, I hope this show can be a light at the end of the tunnel, you know, to provide you all with such inspiration and great hope of Jesus' return, because there's so many signs happening and they're going to intensify. They're going to get greater and greater. It's so beautiful. And we are living in the days that the prophets have longed to see. You know what I mean? So we should really appreciate the times we are in and the signs that God is showing us and is about to show us. Far greater signs, you know. So topic of the day will be about May 22nd. It happened of this year, a sinkhole happening at the White House. Now it's weird because from what I believe, it was at the front gate of the White House, you know, where the people gather and sightsee, all the tourists and stuff, where they're able to see the White House. It might be the front or the back gate, I'm not sure, but I'm almost certain it is the front or back gate. It might be the size, but I doubt it. And it's strange because there's a big sinkhole that's happening right at the gate. Now, could it be some kind of prankster that did this? I doubt it, because they have cameras rolling around the clock. And so is it possible that a prankster did this and they covered it up because they don't want people knowing to create copycat type events or something? That's a possibility, but I'm willing to think that it was not a prankster, because the cops would have subdued him. You know, it would have been a big deal on the news. It seems like they have a news crew there, a little bit from every other news corporation, that are there around the clock just in case something happens, breaks out. So I'm not certain if there's a news crew there, but I'm almost certain, you know, there's some kind of media presence there all the time around the clock. So could it be a prankster that did this? It's a possibility. But I'm starting to think maybe not. Because last year, on May 22nd, there was a sinkhole at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. I believe the Trump Tower, the hotel. Now this was May 22nd, 2017. The sinkhole at the White House was May 22nd, 2018. On the same day, different year apart, we have both sinkholes at both Trump's residencies. So it's strange. Very strange indeed. That is the topic of the day. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and get into the news here. Let's go ahead and run down the news real quick. A weird creature's been found in Wales, England. See, let's see here, what else? A gruesome dead creature was found by a woman walking her dogs along a beach. 5-foot-long oddity. She posted it online. Let's see here. People are saying that it looks like a ketacon. I haven't heard of what that is. A dolphin or a porpoise. Sounds like purpose. That's a weird word. A porpoise. A dolphin. Which is what they guess she first encountered the dead creature. Let's see here. Because they thought it was a crocodile. And they thought it was a sea monster like Nessie, Loch Ness Monster or something. Scientists say the theory is that it's a deformed whale or dolphin. Now it's true because it could be a deformity because of the Fukushima plant. I know the screen looks a little blurry. I have to adjust it like that. It looks a little bit blurry because of the lighting. I'm going to add another light here tomorrow. And I need to add lights in the background because the background looks kind of dark as well. So, the Fukushima power plant that really got affected by the hurricane a couple years ago really seeped all that radiation to the ocean. It was not just one day. It kept leaking and leaking days and days. Now, who knows what that's done to the ocean? Because radiation causes deformities. So that's why we could be seeing these deformities happen in fish and the ocean life. Now, another theory I have is maybe God could be forming new fish, new creatures, new animals in the ocean as a sign to make scientists wonder. You know, where did this creature come from? Because they say there's so much fish below the ocean that we haven't even seen. Because there's a pressure belt. Once you cross it, it caves in. Now, okay, how's that possible? If we send a nanometal submarine that could go under, and hypothetically, if we have a nanometal submarine that could withstand the collapse of the pressure belt in the ocean, that means we could explore what's under that area. But if you think about it, that means all the animals won't be able to survive because they'd be crushed in as well. Unless, hypothetically, there's kind of fish that its skin protects against collapsing in, but I doubt it. Because the organs, like their eyes and ears and gills and all that, would still be open, which means it would cause the pressure belt to collapse in through the organs on the fish, like the eyes and the gills and all. So a whole fish cannot be entirely 100% bulletproof, if you will. It can't be, like full metal. It can't withstand the pressure belt collapsing in. So I don't buy that theory that there's fish out there that can withstand that. Unless, hypothetically, that there's some kind of mechanism in its gills where it's able to breathe but yet withstands the pressure belt collapsing in. Now, if that's the case, it could rise up and down at any minute. But that's not what we're seeing in these fish. They don't have metal-like bodies, so and it brings a question in: could it be something else? Something else that's not alive in the ocean. Maybe God is forming these out of thin air, just like He formed everything else into existence. I think that's the case here. God could be forming new kinds of species to make us take heed of the signs and get ready for Jesus' return. So I think that's what's going on here. And I predict we're going to be seeing more stranger creatures, and we may actually see the gray-green alien image with the big head, big eyes and all, and can speak maybe like a human. Maybe will be created by God. I'm not saying like God will create it as a deception, or God will create it as a hybrid who will come out and talk about human cloning for eternal life like Rael does. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, who knows, maybe this alien can be blessed by God to tell the world against hybrid creation and against human cloning. Maybe it could be the Holy Spirit existing through a creature like this just for a very short time to bring prophecy of revelation of the mark of the beast and all. And then when the rapture comes, I believe there won't be any of these creatures in heaven with the big head, big eyes, and green-gray skin. I mean, there could. A lot of people say that aliens don't have souls. These space aliens out there. These deformed-looking humans, big heads, big eyes, long necks, green-gray skin. A lot of people say they don't have souls. What if they do have souls? And what if God doesn't decide to eliminate their souls? It seems very hard to think these creatures would be alive and existing in heaven. But then again, we can't argue with the laws of God. So if God decides not to eliminate their souls and have them existing in heaven, who knows, we might have those creatures existing in heaven. I mean, I would hope that they don't exist, because it'd be very weird, those creatures walking around heaven. I mean, because then it brings to the point, well, any other, like in Star Wars, we'll have ugly looking creatures in heaven, and like at what point will it become madness / normality, when we have like Shiva in heaven with 10 arms and stuff, or people with like 5 heads, I mean, I believe that stuff shouldn't be in heaven. It's just, it's too gothic, it's too grim, it's too weird, it's too crazy, But will the grays and green aliens be there? I don't know. It makes me wonder, it really does. So these creatures they're finding, they could be creations that God is bringing forth, new creations, and God could bring forth an alien like a green-gray skin. I mean, I doubt it, but it is a possibility just to fulfill prophecy, and it won't be talking about for human cloning, it'll be talking against it. So it'll be basically like the Holy Spirit living through it as just a quick little vessel to bring prophecy in. That's always a possibility. It could happen very soon. I mean, who knows what can happen? Anything can happen. So that's just a theory, And I'm not saying that that creature will be issuing the mark of the beast. It could actually try to tell the world against it and reveal to the world what's going on. Like Raya, who says that human cloning is eternal life. And we as Christians know that is a grand deception, you know. So this strange. We're seeing all these strange creatures being found. I think something else is afoot here. Okay, let's see here. Next story. Next story is, let's see here. Scientists bring a severed brain back to life, sparking ethical debates. It's like Futurama, you know, where they have these brains floating in jars, you know, and they speak and all. I think they got that from a movie. I'm not sure which movie it was. Maybe Metropolis, I don't know. I think it was like a black and white 50s sci-fi movie. So this is weird stuff, you know. They're trying to play Frankenstein once again. They're trying to play God, man. God can't be played. You know what I mean? God cannot be played. God can't be played out, man. And these people are trying to play God, you know. They're trying to act like they're God, you know. And it's just, at what point does all these freakish abominations of science stop? You know, it's just going to get worse and worse. It's just going to get worse. Let's see here. So that is weird. Next story is Stone Cold Vicious Killers. Trump doubles down on MS-13. Calling them animals. I did not know this. MS-13 is made up of 10,000 people. Whoa. Operating across 40 United States, and more than 30,000 around the world. Man. It's crazy. MS-13 is largely Hispanic based. Now they all are. A lot of Bloods and Crips. You have a lot of black people in Bloods and Crips also. But you have a lot of white people in gangs also. So you can't really stereotype a gang like that. Gangs are made up of all races. Yes, you even have Chinese gangs. It's like the movie, what is it? What's that movie called? The Outlaws, where everyone has their own cliques and stuff, their own gangs. You know, it's like that movie. It really is. Next story is will Christianity be ditched when... Wait, this is a different story, no? Don't tell me it closed. Let me see if I go back. Oh, man. Okay, that one said, will Christianity be ditched when Prince Harry when he takes over? I'm not sure if Prince Harry might have been someone else, but they're saying they want to shake up the religion. It's strange. I know one's real big into UFO research, and just because you're in the UFO research doesn't make you atheist. It doesn't make you a UFO cult. It just makes you that you try to study it so you can know what's going on, you know. Like when I studied science, I found out that, you know, Rayo's saying human cloning is eternal life. What? They want to create half human, half animal hybrids and worship them as gods? You know? So, by us talking about it, it's not advertising him. It is bringing people to awareness. It is the alien disclosure. It is revealing everything what's going on so people can know the signs of the times we're in, you know. And trying to what's the word? We're trying to bear witness to the world here, you know. Next story is House chairwoman behind new education reform bill knows financial burden college can bring. So the new education reform bill is going to try to maybe not eliminate student debt. If it doesn't eliminate student debt, then it's actually going to at least bring it down to the minimum. But if you bring it down to the minimum, it's like, what does that mean to all the people that paid top dollar before? It should be reimbursed as well, you know. We need a revolution, I'm telling you. Next story is, this is big. 15 people injured after 2 men detonated explosive devices at suburban Toronto restaurant. What? They blew up bombs at a restaurant in Canada. How weird is that? We all thought that there weren't terrorists in Canada, but now we're seeing that. Could it be ISIS? And they are like making it so obvious because the theory has been for so long that they want to hide out in Canada and slide in undetected, because we all think they're coming in from Mexico, because a lot of these Muslims could look like Mexicans, you know, with the dark skin, with the beards and all, and like that's why terrorists want to try to move to Mexico and then slide in little by little, the sleeper cells. But they're not like Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda had sleeper cells. They're more laid back. ISIS is like terrorists on steroids, you know, and they don't care about recruitment. They'll recruit people off the street. They're so in front of your face about it. They recruit people off Craigslist, you know. It's really crazy, man. Recruiting people off Facebook, recruiting people off Twitter. You know, these ISIS terrorists, they're just like, I'm telling you, man. They're crazy, they are. This restaurant was called, what is it? Bombay Bagel, I believe. Or Bombay BHEL. Bombay Bell or something. It's an Indian cuisine. An Indian restaurant in Canada. How weird that they targeted an Indian restaurant. Now, I'm not talking about, I don't think this is Indian like Native American Indian. I think this is Indian like from India. So that's weird how you have a India restaurant in Toronto, Canada that was blown up by possible Muslim terrorists. This is weird stuff. Now, it could be Native American Indian is what it's talking about. I'm not sure. But it was in Mississauga, Ontario. The name of the restaurant is Bombay Bell, BHEL. Now Bombay, if I'm not mistaken, Bombay doesn't mean like bomb. Could be, but I doubt it. Bombay is like I know it's a type of place in the world, Bombay, but I believe that word also means like tropical or something. I could pull up the definition really quick. What does Bombay mean? Because that could be important here. I don't know. I hate trying to find signs and everything, because then the haters say, oh, you're just, how do they say it? You're just making assumptions, you know? You're just, you're trying to, what's the word? There's a certain word they call it when you're trying to connect everything to each other. You're just, I forgot. I hate it when I get lost of words sometimes. They say you're just, don't know what that word is. Okay, but what does Bombay mean? Definition. Okay, let's see here. Bombay means a city in western India. So we did confirm the Indian restaurant means India. A city in western India, just off the coast of the Arabian Sea. Now Bombay, I thought that was like tropical, like Bermuda Triangle or something here, you know. But it's like off the coast of the Arabian Sea. It is now officially called Mumbai. Now that's where I've heard Mumbai attacks. We've heard the Mumbai bombings not too long ago. India's second largest city after Calcutta. Bombay is the only deep water harbor in western India. So that's weird. The Mumbai bomb attacks, I remember that. I'm not sure what event that was, but it is very strange. So now we're having terrorists attacking Canada? Well, this could be because I believe Canada is joining our side to get more strict with the terrorists, crack down on them more, really go after them. You see, our soldiers, we don't just go and kill all the terrorists. People think it's like that. We try to capture them first and then try them to court. If they fight back, that's when the soldiers have to take them out in self-defense. You know. And a lot of times, maybe sometimes soldiers do want to shoot at will, but it shouldn't be like that. We need to be humane about it. Because for all we know, some of these supposed terrorists could be innocent. Especially if they're not hanging around the other terrorists and they just have all these rumors without proof and without enough evidence. These people may not be terrorists. They just may be on the fringe. Like they may be joining the hate speech. Doesn't make them an official terrorist. Only when they commit a crime like killing people and blowing up stuff. I mean, yeah, once you start taking part in the hate speech and all that, that's the first step, indoctrination. But that doesn't make them really guilty of anything. It just means, what's it called? Where they're about to do a crime but then they don't. Premeditated. Premeditated. Which means, I don't think premeditated is the word. There's another one. Another word. It might be the word, but if they're found with just that and haven't hurted anyone, hurted. I use past tense, that doesn't even make sense. If they haven't hurt anyone, then they shouldn't go to jail for too long. I mean, I'm hoping at least 2-4 months. I'm pretty sure they'll change and wake up, you know, because then they'll know that they're being watched by the CIA, FBI, the people who really go after the terrorists. Now, I don't know what they're calling overseas. I believe it's NSA. I'm not sure. But it is soldiers who are the ones that are watching over the terrorists around the world. So I guarantee you these terrorists that get caught with just plotting and planning will change their ways, because they'll be so nervous knowing that, you know, that they're being watched, you know. So, you know, I'm almost certain these terrorists will change their ways after they receive a wake-up call. Okay, let's see here. Next story. So this is weird stuff. Terrorists are attacking Canada now. I guess because Canada's really helping us in the war on terrorism. I think they're really taking great thresholds to try to attack terrorists. Next story. Armed citizen kills shooter at Oklahoma City restaurant. Another restaurant. This is weird. 2 restaurants in one day. This is weird stuff. One was in Canada. This next one was in America, Oklahoma City. How weird how there are 2 restaurants attacked in one day. Now the one that attacked the Oklahoma City restaurant, I don't think was a Muslim. Could be, but I doubt it. A man walked into Louis' Grill and Bar and opened fire, striking 2 people. The gunman was fleeing the scene, but a bystander armed with a pistol confronted the shooter and fatally shot him outside the restaurant. God bless him. What a true hero. Now, I don't think these people should be taking their guns into restaurants, even if they're good, to try to subdue another shooter, because what if the ones that's taking the guns in are the shooters themselves? You have a Pandora's box here, you know. So just like people are taking their guns into churches, it's absurd stuff. The way I see it is, what, staff should have guns only? I don't know, it's weird. Metal detectors are the answer, you know. That's the answer. Gotta have metal detectors. This is crazy stuff, man. Let's see here. Shooter's motive is not known at this time, and hopefully they reveal the name and the information if it was a Muslim or not. Now, they really don't have to show the picture on the news, but people are going to still find it on the internet anyways. So by not showing the picture, people say it's censorship of freedom of information, because people say, oh, you're just making these shooters famous, that's why they do it, so the news can make them famous. You know, they want to have their 15 minutes of fame. But at the same time, we have the right to know what the person looks like, what their name is, and the information. Are they a Muslim? We have the right to know that information, you know. And not showing their pictures of their faces, I don't think it's good, because it leads to censorship. And we don't want censorship of the news. The way I see it, people are still going to be shooting regardless of if they get on the news or not, you know. They're still going to, because they know eventually they'll still make headline news, you know, because the news has to talk about it. Because if not, like I said, we're going to be seen as censoring, the news is going to be seen as censoring information, and they have to report to everyone what's going on. So, you know, either way, they're even if they don't put their pictures on the news, either way, they're still gonna get out there as of people knowing about it. This is weird. Women accuse Morgan Freeman of inappropriate behavior and harassment. When is the absurdity going to end? You know, it seems every other day there's this actor charged with the harassment. You know, and there's no proof. They never offer any proof. And it seems all these people could bring up all these lying stories left and right, and people's not just credibility, but what's the word? Reputations are ruined on, you know, on lies without any proof. You know, it's not right. And how the news is like going out there to say it's official. I mean, even though the news networks don't say it like that, it sounds like it, you know, by the way they're putting it out there, you know. Next story, Jet Li tells fans he's feeling great after shocking viral photo. Now, the one where he looked like he was dying, he actually looks better here now. So, it's weird, right? How a couple of days ago he looked like, you know, like he was a big time junkie. And now he looks normal. Next story is Jabbrrbox, an airport lounge all to yourself. These new windowed booths can be rented to gain access to Wi-Fi, USB charging, mood lighting, flight trackers, and audio speakers in private space. So while you wait, you can wait in these high-tech booths. It costs $10 for 15 minutes. Well, that sounds really cheap. $15 for 30 minutes and $30 for an hour. And, you know, it's like basically a booth you can either sleep in or watch a movie, or that's pretty funny. I bet they're having those rates now, and I guarantee you they're going to raise those sky high soon. Next story is, this was crazy. Feel bad for this cat right here. A cat's wild ride caught on camera. A cat desperately held on for dear life on top of a van going 60 miles per hour, and it was all caught on camera. Man, I'm surprised on how this cat was able to stay on the roof and not fly off at 60 miles per hour. That is truly remarkable. You know, and with nothing that the cat was hanging on, this seems like some kind of a miracle, you know. A miracle. It's some kind of a miracle on how this cat was able to hold on for dear life here. Okay, let's see. Get the video loaded up real quick. I mean, I hate to say it, but there's so much roadkill every day. There's a cat right here. This is a truly good story. I like this. It's inspirational. How this cat, look at, you can see the fear in this cat's eyes. Look at this. Poor cat. Hopefully they'll show a zoom in right now. If you can see the eyes, you see the fear in this poor cat's eyes. I know it looks a little blurry. Right there, you see the mouth, the way the mouth opens up. That cat is very scared. Well, that's how evil people are going to be if they don't repent when Jesus returns. They're going to fly out. They're going to fall off if Jesus... You know what I mean? They're going to fall off if they don't repent. But the ones that turn to God will not fall off. You know? So it's a good metaphor, you know. These evil people are going to be like that cat. And if they don't repent, they're going to fall off. And they're going to hit the ground hard, man. I'm telling you. And they're going to be left behind. And there's a theory that if you're left behind after the rapture, that's it. There's no more second chance after that. So you don't want to take that chance of turning your back on God if you see Him returning. So I'm telling you, you have to choose God, man. When you see Him returning, you can't turn your back on Him. You can't say, "Oh, I'm not ready to go," you know. and especially, you know, don't turn your back completely, you know. Next story, for a moment, Netflix was worth more than Disney for a moment. Its market value soared above $153 billion, overtaking Disney as the most valuable media company. But Disney regained the crown by the close after Netflix shares paired their gains, taking the streaming company market cap below $152 billion. So just a few. The cable giant is now valued at $145 billion. So it only went down by like 5.5. That's hardly anything, you know. It's really crazy, man, how these companies, they have so much money, you know. And they're the ones that pay for monetization. Now, I'm waiting for my monetization to kick in. And now that I see it, there's ways to make money while we wait for monetization to kick in. One of the ways is through Patreon, where people could donate to you, or just have a PayPal account linked to your YouTube page, which is what I'm going to do. And that's one way to start receiving money while we wait for monetization to kick in. Because it takes a while. I've already waited, a month and a half here. It seems like they're saying like one more month. At least a month and a half. Not 2 months, but they're saying end of June. Hopefully it kicks in. So I'm just waiting for that to happen, man. But there's other ways to make money while we wait, which is Patreon and have a PayPal link on our YouTube pages. And that's what I'm going to do. I wish I would have done that earlier. Months before. So let's see here. We got like 3 more stories. We'll rush up quick here. Okay. I hate this loading. Let's see here. More loading. Uber invests millions to build flying taxis in France. They're planning to invest 20 million. That don't sound like that much compared to the billions that these other companies have. But I'm pretty sure they're going to be putting in more money even around the world. So that's just a start. Let's see here. Johnson & Johnson hit with $25.7 million verdict in talc asbestos case. So they were using talc asbestos when they knew it wasn't safe. Now, based on the word asbestos, why would they use that when that's the same dangerous stuff in the walls and roofs and asbestos? That's the stuff that's been giving people cancer and lung problems. Why would they use that knowing how bad asbestos is? So that's weird. Johnson & Johnson really dropped the ball with that one. Missile that downed MH17 owned by Russian brigade. So Russia shot down Airlines Flight 17 in eastern Ukraine in 2014. This fell on deaf ears. We didn't hear about. They're just barely finding it now. Russia shot down a Ukraine airline. Why? This is crazy. Russia's denying involvement. Yeah, right, man. The proof is, they're saying they have proof on this. The BUK missile was fired from a farm near Pervomaisk. The joint investigation team into the MH17 disaster told the conference in the Netherlands. Oh my God, why? Well, it probably was going into the airspace. Maybe it was an accident. And Russia shot it down. Now this reminds me of when North Korea sunk South Korea's warship that had like a whole bunch of people in it. Just because it crossed a little bit into the invisible line of what they said was their area, North Korea shot it down. So I remember all the abominations North Korea has done. And this is, it's like the same thing here. They're saying violating their space. Can you believe it? And now the topic of the day. Now, I know the topic of the day kind of went a little bit past 30 minutes. I mean, the news segment kind of went past a little bit 30 minutes. But that's because I was talking about at least like 10 minutes of the topic of the day first. Which I really try to do at least like 5 quick minutes of an intro of the topic of the day. And then the news segment, I try to have at least like 15-20 minutes. And then the topic of the day, 15-20 minutes. So the way I have the show is like 20-minute news, 20-minute talk of the day, and 20-minute EVP segment. So it equals out to a whole hour. And like I said in the previous post, if you're seeing this video and you don't have time to watch the whole hour, if you could just fast forward to the main interesting parts, if you can at least make time for the topic of the day, would be nice. And the EVP segment's always awesome. Because every EVP segment, I always have my reaction also. So, it's very interesting, very exciting. I try to make this show so interactive, that it keeps getting better and better, It's gonna keep getting better as time goes, I know this lighting is making like my hair like shine more right here, because the light's coming from here, and my hair is like the same all around, but it just looks like it's lighting this part up. So it's crazy. Like I want to have a light here. See, I know you can't see it because it's in the front, but a light coming from here in the front on this side, and then the light on this side, like over here, so it gets both sides. But the thing is I don't have all these lights left and right that I can hook up, and it's a hassle, you know. I have to buy lamp lights left and right. It's crazy, you know. I wish I could just have one light. The light bulb on the ceiling is not bright enough, you know. The whole studio lighting, and you know, it's like we gotta have it like a Hollywood studio set here, you know. And it's just, I hate the lighting. The lighting is a hassle, man. It really is. So the White House lawn, this is the lawn right here. This is the sinkhole right here. Now how weird is this? Now I know it doesn't look that big, but it is kind of deep. It's like 6-7 foot deep. And that's weird because it's like almost around the same depth as the cemeteries when people are buried. 6 feet deep. So this is strange here. It's strange. And the sinkhole in the Mar-a-Lago estate is around the same size and depth as well. So it's weird. We have 2 sinkholes in both Trump's estates, May 22nd, 2017 and May 22nd, 2018, that are both around the same size, 6 feet deep, like a burial, like a cemetery. So this is weird stuff here, man. Weird stuff indeed. And like again, I'm not saying anything is bad with Trump, because I never take sides on politics. I want Democrats to like me. I want Republicans to like me. So I never blast any political party. I never endorse any political party, even if they're to pay me, you know. Because my show, I want to get it like as big as it can get. And I don't want to turn anyone away by political parties that I choose, you know. So I stay neutral on it. Now if a guest that comes on my show later on says they're pro-Democrat or pro-Republican, you know, I'll try to get other people's sides, like callers in. I'm not gonna have callers in the show like the traditional call in. It's gonna be pre-screened. I have to pre-screen it to make sure there's no cuss words on the show, because all that I'm probably gonna be doing live as well, just like this. I hate doing like edited with software and all that, because it takes too long. You know, software, it takes like an hour, 2 hours to edit and all that, and you know, I work all day, so I hardly have any time at the end of the day. Everything's all rush, fast-paced, you know. So it's like, it's hard to manage, you know, work and YouTube, because I work like almost all day, you know. I only have like four hours at the end of each day, and that's it, you know. And it just gets to me. I wish I had more time, but you know, I'm always busy with working, man, you know, and it's like, I wish I had more time for other things, you know. So this is another view of the sinkhole. You could tell it's pretty deep, 6 feet deep. Now, I'll go ahead and show the Mar-a-Lago sinkhole. Let's see here. And I'll also go ahead and reveal a connection of May 22nd, what it means. Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago. I always thought it was Largo, like L-A-R-G-O, but it's L-A-G-O. Mar-a-Lago. Like Lago. But instead of L-O-G, it's L-A-G-O. Mar-a-Lago. And then gotta put Trump. And then sinkhole. Now you're going to see the one from May 22nd, 2017. The one at the White House was May 22nd, 2018. How weird is this? It's very weird. Very weird indeed. I think God is telling us something. Maybe a war about to happen on Trump's administration. You know? And not saying there's anything wrong with Trump. It just means he's going to have to defend ourselves. He's going to have to defend himself from this wacko called Kim Jong Un in North Korea. He's almost as bad as the regime in Iran, you know. So and Assad of Syria. We have some really crazy people out there, man. So these two sinkholes are around the same size, same depth, 6 feet. It's very strange. Now, I'll just go ahead and do this last part because I gotta rush in the marathon EVP also real quick. It's right here, May 22nd. Significance is what I put last time. This is gonna blow your mind, man. I'm telling you. What you're about to see right here, it's gonna be like, what? Now it's from Wikipedia, so maybe not all of it's accurate, because you know with Wikipedia anyone can log in and post their own stuff. But on something like this, I don't think people would hoax, because not too many people know the significance of May 22nd. So the very last one, I'll just go and start off with the most biggest one right here, or the biggest sign. And the biggest sign is World Goth Day. World Goth Day is May 22nd. It was started in 2009 in England. How weird is that? May 22nd, World Goth Day. Okay, this is weird in the two sinkholes of Trump's estates. Weird, right? Now get this. It's also the same day as Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber in Oklahoma City bombing. Weird. It is also the same birthday of the retro singer Morrissey. Now, I love retro music, but this guy Morrissey is not good at all. Because of the stuff he says, he advocates for terrorism. He advocates for racism. He's a white supremacist. And he's all whacked out in the head, man. I love retro music, but his music is not good. I do not like him at all. I used to like some of his songs, but now that I've heard about who he is, the true nature of himself, I don't like him at all, man. You know, and get this, Abraham Lincoln patented technology to make ships lift a little bit off the water, like levitate. It's weird because the anchors, they cause it to weigh down and stay put. You know, and then get this, he's the only one with the patent, the only president with a patent. You would have thought Trump would have had a patent because he's, you know, so businesslike. And get this, it's the same day, years apart though, that the Wright brothers patented their patent for the first aircraft. So it's weird. And the same day, even those years apart, the Wright brothers and Abraham Lincoln, it is the same day. So that's strange. A lot of weird stuff with May 22nd. You know. And when I saw that, I was like, whoa, man. Especially the World Goth Day. That one just really, like, that one took the cake right there, you know. It's the most weirdest part, you know. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and do the marathon EVPs. That's where we just rush the EVPs through real quick. Okay, let's see here. Getting it going. Oh, I hate being tired. Okay, here we go. I wish I had the stamina to never get tired, man. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's rush it through real quick.
Defeats the delighted.
Okay. This phone, we got the words. We got the words Credere, Credere, and then lipped, Lipped, and then algonquin, Algonquin, and then ruin. Now a lot of these words rhyme with something, so algonquin, harlequin. Now I don't know what harlequin means. Where harlot means a very immoral person, So, Harlequin, I think that's the name from that movie, where that girl with the colorful hair and with the bat, I forgot what that movie is called, Suicide Squad. I believe her name was Harlequin, so it is strange, it could be that. This phone got the words lighted, Latin, volleyer, like volleyball maybe or something. Then bab, B-A-B, see me in a dream, stepped, tityre, Tityre, contact you with love, and draftsman. So if I could form a sentence, something is being light in Latin. Volleyball is something, seeing God in a dream maybe. I don't know. And Jesus is returning to contact us with love. So we're going to do 4 more real quick here. Okay, weird words. We got the word gore there. That's weird. Remember Al Gore? That's weird. His name was Al Gore, and then 9/11 happened, and the gore. That's weird. I always remember how weird that was. The first word, vomiting fire, then groomedness, human, gore, incensed. Groomedness, human, gore, incensed. Very strange. This phone got the words acceptor, coronet, betula. Man, it's really hard to know what all this is, what it means. If you know what all these words mean, please tell me in the comment section. Because I'm clueless at a lot of these words. Sometimes a lot of these words I find out what it can mean later on. It's weird stuff. And the last 2, here we go. Man, I hate the lighting. Sometimes when I hold the phone into the camera, it makes it go dark, so I need to like readjust. I hate that. With the lighting in the front, I don't think that would happen. The last two, we got the words delighted, nebbed, N-E-B-B-E-D, and then commenced. That means like to start something. Ibsen, commence is like for a war. Huh. Ibsen, small thoughts in mind. Satire, messenger. Nutseed, ennoble, and love more. So, nebbed meant to have said nabbed. So someone's being delighted and nabbing someone. Commencing something, a war maybe. Ibsen, small thoughts in mind. Satire, messenger. I don't know what all this means. It's weird. It could be talking like a war about to start here. And the last one. Handle, musket, trencher, cheek, parking, lawyer, graculina, and vestorian. So someone's handling a musket. A musket is like a type of weapon. A trencher, like going through the trenches of war. Cheek, maybe they're smiling, laughing or something. Parking, a lawyer. Maybe parking their tanks or something. I mean, lawyers for the terrorists. Who knows? This is weird stuff. Graculina sounds like Dracula. A vestorian. You know, these terrorists are going to need bulletproof vests because the soldiers are coming down on them, man. Our soldiers are coming down on them, you know, and but bulletproof vests won't be able to stop our soldiers, you know. So it could be talking about a war breaking out. A war breaking out, you know. Man, this lighting, I'm telling you, I am going to fix this lighting tomorrow. And it could be talking about a war breaking out. It's very strange. So, we'll go ahead and end it there. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please tell everyone you know to like, share, and subscribe. And please tell everyone you know about this weird, very strange incident. May 22nd, 2017, a sinkhole at the Mar-a-Lago Trump estate in Florida. May 22nd, 2018, a sinkhole at the White House, Trump's second estate. Okay, this is weird stuff. Same day, next year, same sinkhole, same size, same depth, 6 feet. Weird stuff. You know what I mean? 6 feet, like a cemetery, like a burial. This is weird stuff here, you know. And to cap it all off, it's World Goth Day. That'll start in 2009 in England. It doesn't get more far out and crazy than this, you know. I mean, I'm telling you, this takes the cake as one of the most craziest days I've ever seen, you know. It's weird stuff, you know. And we'll go ahead and end it there. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please tell everyone you know to like, share, and subscribe. And tell everyone you know. May 22nd, last year and this year, something very big happened with Trump's estates. I don't know what it means. I think it means Trump is going to have to handle a war that's about to break out here. And it could be North Korea. So, you know, this is weird stuff. Weird stuff indeed. Kim Jong Un, North Korea, yeah, they say they want to make peace, but they're just lying. They want to keep doing it secretively, you know. They want to keep kicking out the UN inspectors like what Saddam Hussein did. If you kick out a UN inspector, that's proof that you're up to something, and we can't have that. We can't have them making nuclear bombs under our noses, top secret, underground, you know, like he's over there like Dr. Evil, sending nuclear bombs to the center of the earth and exploding it, creating that magma, like Dr. Evil says, the volcanoes spewing out. This is probably why the volcanoes are happening in Hawaii. Maybe it could be of all the years of Kim Jong-un exploding nuclear bombs underground, shaking the tectonic plates, so it's causing the earthquakes. Who knows? Weird stuff here. And I really believe that a lot of these earthquakes, and maybe the Hawaii volcanoes all around the world, could be as results of so many years by Kim Jong-un exploding nuclear bombs underground because he was so much of a coward to test the nuclear bomb's explosion above ground. That just goes to show how much of a coward he was and the effects to the planet he has done. So he is Dr. Evil, you know. And we'll go ahead and end it there. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. God bless. Good night. Jesus is returning. Hallelujah.